What's up, everyone? Life with a Pepperoni here, and today it's gonna be one of the last episodes of the Thrash. It's not the last, but this one we get some stuff done, and then the next one it'll be just like a bunch of it'll be back and forth. But this is the one you guys want to see. So, little sneak peek, the car all together. I had footage of the whole entire engine, like me putting this on and the carburetor on, the fuel pump on, the road draft on, all this stuff, cleaning it out because it had a bunch of stuff in it. And well, I deleted it. I deleted the card before I thought I put it on my computer, and well, we don't have that stuff anymore. So what I did, I'll give a little explanation before the episode starts, is this is a 12-volt converted generator using a Mustang or a early 60s Ford internals, but the casing is one from like a 59A or prior, so it uses this mount here. But what I did, I took an 8BA mount, drilled a hole in here, and kind of made this work. And now it's aligned. So yeah, that's kind of where I'm at with the engine and stuff. Engine's all in, and steering's all in, and pedals are in, and there's a little sneak peek right here. Carl surprised me doing this, but look at this, look at this, look at this. And yeah, so thank you guys very much for watching. Hope you guys enjoy. This one will be kind of back to normal, I guess. And I've been working on the Corolla. I got the fender flares on, got everything out. I was going to drive it today, but I forgot that I need seatbelts, so I didn't do that. So please subscribe, guys. Thank you guys for watching. Hope you guys are enjoying it, and enjoy the episode. See ya! Enjoys filming. Here, you can film. We're putting it down.
I don't feel like it right now. Oh. Okay, hold on. I got to get in the mood, guys. Let me take this. You ask.
Well, he's going to go back to Victoria.
Okay. Okay, guys. Bum, bum, bum. Okay, you guys, here we go. Here you go.
Front should be.
Look at that.
Boom!
Boom! Good job, guys.
Half a roller.
I'm going to simulate a motor, okay?
Oh, it's a couple nuts just fell off.
Wasn't already. Potato.
Here we go. Does he trust his stuff? There you go. Look at that, eh? Fucking working beautiful.
Needs a sway bar.
Yeah.
A lot of side to side.
A lot of side.
I guess that's what happens when you split the wishbones as well.
Well, there's no clamp in here either, so that'll.
Look at that touchdown.
Look at that.
So we just cut up some new shackles because the ones I had were no bueno. So we're gonna mount the axle to the spring to the axle right there, and then we'll put the arms on and get it in the car. So here we are, just putting the rear links onto the rear end. On the one side I didn't have bolts, so I just went and got some 1/2-inch fine thread bolts, and they worked in the driver's side there. You can see me just going through trying to get them in. And yeah, once we got those in, I put the brakes back together. I had previously put new brake springs and what's it called, shoes slave cylinder, that's what it was, into the rear end, because although they were pretty new from the rear end, they were just really worn out and they had sat for a long time and just kind of delaminated from each other. So here's Lee just putting the drum back on, and then we're gonna get ready to put it in the car. It's the first time I've put one of these together. Like, I kind of pulled the other one apart and stuff, but it goes together pretty simple. You can only put everything in one way. There was an old gentleman that told us one time they had put the rear end upside down and they ended up having 3 gears in reverse rather than going forward, so that was pretty funny. And here we are changing the little bushings. They're just steel retainer bushings in the rear leaf spring pivots, so we're just heating up the metal and I'm just hitting it with a hammer and a chisel to get them out, and they surprisingly fit in super easy. Hitting them out was kind of a pain, but as you can see, once we get this one out, they just slipped right in, so that kind of made our life pretty easy. Here's Lee just heating it up and just getting the last of it out. So yeah, here you can see right now it just went straight through, and there you go. So we continue to do this on the other side. They came in a box of parts that I had got with the rear axle. It came with a bunch of seals and a bunch of O-rings and shims and stuff. So I don't know, seemed to be all together for the most part, and yeah, just finishing it off to get it together. And then we'll put the leaf spring on with the shackles I made earlier, and drilled out a couple of the holes because I had mismeasured. They're actually 9/16 bolts instead of 1/2 inch, and a couple little things to get it going. So yeah, there's changing.
All right.
I will do the.
Flip it, roll it, scooch it, spring it.
that was. I was like, I lift, you move.
Oh, that bag is gonna burst.
I think it's burst. Should we just
Roll it right in place. Okay. Springtime.
Yeah, so I think maybe we'll do one side and I'll just pull it and see if I can manhandle it.
Why not?
I don't know.
If that doesn't work, then we'll
Try something else.
take it apart.
Cool, those are 1/2 inchers. Let's go. Okay, so there's those. Let's just hit those off, I think.
So much easier to get a socket on the back.
Oh, I was just gonna hit them off.
I think they got should be a nut right there.
There's one.
You're a monster.
We're not gonna use these. I don't know, are we?
If you were running stock 48 Ford shop, is that warm?
There we go. Those are off. Cool. Okay.
These are the spring hangers that Elio made. Spring hanger goes there. Spring hanger goes there.
Here's Lee and I just struggling to put the rear leaf in since it's an aftermarket leaf, and I think it was made for us pre-46 rear end, because pre-46 to 48 is a bit wider. We kind of struggled with the width portion of it just because it's wider, so I had to compress the leaf spring to make it actually longer to fit into the holes of the shackles that we did. So it was a bit, but we got it. We definitely. I mean, or Lee's just gonna make it a roller without us. Whoa! Whoa.
Let's go push it around the block. Woo! Woo! I think it is. Actually, I don't know. Right now, it's front. The front is too high, obviously. But there's also an engine transmission need to go in, which will
Lower the front substantially.
When Elio told me he's eaten the frame 4.5 inches and was running spring behind, I was a little concerned. It was going to be a little bit too low. I don't know though. I don't know. We'll see when the engine goes in. It is pretty low in the back.
It is.
It is. The wishbones are really close to the frame rails right here. But when the torque tube goes in,
Yeah, this will probably be like somewhere around there.
I think we'll be okay. Let's put an engine in it. See what happens.
Yeah, that fast. Wow.
Well, yeah, man.
Cool.
Chop, wait.
Dude, it's just, it's,
We're building the car in 4 days. You can't fuck around.
that's sick. Lee just made this thing a full roller. Look at that. He just manhandled it, brought it over, and now ready to put the engine in. Oh, I'm so excited. This is so sick.
We got tons of little drips slip on. Well, yeah, it just dripped again.
I will clean.
It's pretty much a hard.
Man, when we went to go get this thing, I had no idea how heavy flatheads were. They are so heavy, like.
Yeah, this is like probably 600 pounds.
Yeah.
Already a little too much shape, so we'll wheel it out.
Okay. Oh, sick. I was just gonna try and move it. Thank you.
Just gonna pick those tools up.
Oh, and catch the place on fire. Sorry. Okay. Let's figure out how to chain this thing up. So here's us trying to lift up and get the motor kind of situated. I kind of had a few issues here. Just I wasn't understanding that. Oh, Haley, thanks for the coffee. We need that. It's been a long couple days. But yeah, so as we were pulling it up, it was actually not bringing the end of the transmission up. It was pulling it towards the forks. So as we were going, it was going in the opposite direction that we actually anticipated, and just we had to do it a couple times. As you can see later on, we figured it out and we kind of hooked it onto itself. See, as we went here, it just wasn't working with us. So we kind of reevaluated the situation and kind of tied it onto itself. As you can see, we tied it onto the actual chain rather than the forklift, and then we figured it out. So that was cool. We wasted a little bit of time, but we got all the time in the world.
I look into your eyes, I see we're out of time. I guess no one's to blame, nobody crossed the line. I guess we couldn't see, somehow we couldn't feel. Maybe we rose too fast, maybe we got too high. But I remember days I wonder we were always gonna last.
Man, And one of the things I had no idea is how heavy flatheads were. Man, when people used to call them a boat anchor, I truly believe now they're a boat anchor. They weigh almost 600 pounds for a iron block, iron headed 8BA, and that to me is quite astonishing considering they put out a whopping 85 horsepower. Which then led me to look up Lincoln V12s, like a Lincoln Zephyr V12. So they're about 785 pounds. And since they're an earlier motor from this one being an 8BA, which is a 49 to 54 engine, the Zephyr V12 was I think 32 to 41 or 42, but it weighs about 750 pounds and puts out a whopping 115 horsepower at best. And I think it's at 180 foot-pounds of torque. Like, you think the V8 is a boat anchor. This V12 is, yeah, they look sick, they sound sick and everything, but I never knew where the term boat anchor came from until recently, and I did some research actually a couple days ago, and that was it, and I was like, oh my god, there's a reason why they stopped using these things, but they sound incredible.
Will be no hard goodbyes, thank God we're civilized. Be on our separate ways as we fade into gray.
Here, what we're going to do is, now that we know how far back the engine has to be, we're going to lift it out, get it out of the way, unbolt the motor mounts, and put them back inside the frame where our mark is, and then just trim off the back edge here until the center of our hole is 20 inches center to center.
So here's Lee just mocking up the engine mounts. We had kind of measured and we needed like, I think it was 20.5 inches or something in between the two. So we're just putting those in, aligning it up, kind of measuring, double checking. There I am putting in the ground, and now we're gonna just sauce them in. Put that nice little tack on there, and then we'll kind of put the motor in, bolt it down, and kind of see where it ends up, and then we'll be thinking of some transmission mounts and kind of how to mount the rear portion. A lot of the guys use either a 32K member or even an F1 cross member, but I couldn't source either of them before the thrash, so we're kind of SOL and building whatever we needed. It would have been really cool to find an F1 cross member, considering I'm using F1 pedals, so it would double act as a transmission mount as well as a pedal stay or pedal mounting system. So that would have been cool, but you know what? We couldn't find that, so as you'll see, we built our own. Another cool thing about this engine that I got from Ray and Jesse down in one of the Indian Reserves by Yakima was this set of headers that he built. I was originally going to do like a lake style header, but I really wanted to use these headers considering he built them in the 70s and 80s when he pulled the motor for a hot rod he was going to build. I'm glad they're going to live on in mine. So what we're doing, since the car is going to be so low, is we have to chop out the cross member here. So Lee's just
got a notch, a little notch.
Lee's just marking out a little bit, getting ready to hit it with the oxyacetylene torch. We'll have to do both sides, and then we'll build a cross member that acts as a reinforcement plate / mount for the transmission, and then to the fun torque tube stuff that I have zero idea how that magic works. So as I mentioned earlier, I kind of went a bit too spicy on the drop, so the car's going to be pretty damn low. So here's Lee just cutting out the cross member to ensure the torque tube has room to kind of fit and go through to the back. I'm not very good with a torch, so it wasn't my job to do this. So Lee offered to do it, and I was like, okay. So he did that, and now he's cutting away. So here I am cutting away the stock bracket off the torque tube. They're just really poorly welded around the perimeter, so it's pretty easy to get them off, and then we'll be welding this back onto the torque tube once we get the desired length we need, and then it'll just bolt up as a factory unit would, and I like that. So I kind of got all the... Where's that? I can kind of see where I did all the welds, and I'm just going to hit it off now and hope for the best. Look at that. Perfect. Now we'll just clean this up. And then this is our mount for our rear arms. So now I'm just kind of sanding it, making sure it's good to weld back on. We're just going to MIG weld it probably. I think Lee ends up welding it back on just kind of when we get all the arms together. And here I'm just cleaning the body of the torque tube back off. So once I do that, I kind of found inside there's a couple bearings, and I think it's to the right of me there's one bearing and then none at the end. So I kind of had to make sure where I actually cut the torque tube in half, because if you throw away the bearing, then you only have one kind of portion of support, and you want to. So yeah, there's one at the end of the front, and then one, I'm pretty sure it's just to the either the right or the left of where I'm currently grinding. You can kind of see where they are because I didn't show in the video, but there's a couple marks indicating kind of where they are. Oh, there was a grease nipple. That's what it was. There's a grease nipple. You can kind of see it right in the center there, or to the right of my hand. So that's kind of the portion that I can't cut. So as you can see, I'm cutting off to my left, or talking in the video to the right. And I think it was 20.5 or 20 7/8 inches that I had to cut out, because that's how much shorter it is driveline wise compared to a 1948 Ford. So here I am just kind of marking it out. I used one of these Evolution saws. It's Carl's, but man, they work fantastic. They got a diamond blade on them, and they just go through everything. They do the nicest cuts. I'm not sponsored by them or anything. I mean, if you guys want to send me one, cool. But they just work fantastic. We have had blades last forever, unless you cut stainless steel. Please don't do that. It's an expensive fixes. You kind of kill the blade directly, and it's not fun. So yeah. Once I got that nice square cut, I'm just sanding the ends, and then I'm gonna kind of clamp it in between some angle iron and get it straight. Then I'll throw a couple welds on it and bring out the TIG welder and kind of just put a bead around it and go from there. So what I'm doing here is I just shortened the torque tube. We calculated 20 inches and 3/4. And now I'm just gonna line this here and line up my scribe holes, because I was actually smart and made some. And then I'm gonna use this square.
That's an angle.
Angle iron to clamp to here and here, and that'll make it straight.
Did you get an angle on both sides?
Yeah. So here I am struggling to clamp a round piece of tube. I ended up figuring out there's a couple tricks to it. I don't remember what I did, but I think I ended up aligning the clamps better, and then I was able to get a tack on it and go from there. But it was quite the process. So I got the angle iron all lined up. Here we are. This thing's square as can be. So now I'm just gonna take the little weldy poo, weld up there. I'm gonna TIG weld it just because it's round, it's tube, and I'm gonna take the opportunity to do it because I can make it look nice. So I'm just gonna weld this up quickly, and then torque tube's done. I should probably measure the length of it right now. Let's just do this. it was 51. It's 51 and 3/16 right now. What did we need? We needed 51 and an 1/8. I think we'll be good. Lee, we're a 16th too long. Do you think that's going to be okay?
16th too long?
16th, yeah, we're
I don't know.
51
man.
and 3/16
I
right
don't
now.
know. We better get another car and start over.
Well, I totally forgot to turn on my camera, or I thought I turned it on, and here we go. So this is all tagged up. The bearing fell out, so I'm just gonna clean this and then fill it up with grease and shove it back in there and then back into the car. So what I'm doing here is I'm shortening the actual drive shaft itself. It's a solid steel bar. I don't know how thick it is. It looks like 1 inch or so. Here, I'm just gonna mark here. I have about 4.5 inches from here, and then about at 12 inches, there's a bearing. So I have a little to play with here. I might move this a bit over. I'm gonna double check the measurement. And then around here, it will be our 20 1/4. Ooh, you can see a bearing there. So maybe I'll have to do this a bit that way. That's gonna, or that's a bearing there. So yeah, so we'll have to take it from here to here. That's about all we get to play with. So yeah, this is scary. So here I am kind of marking out the rear axle drive shaft. Again, it's kind of like the outside torque tube where you kind of got to keep an eye out where the actual bearings ride on this. So I only had, again, another 20, I think it was like a 24-inch opening, and kind of like where I could go. And if I were to do this again, and all you guys watching, I would completely do this a different way. Originally, we had thought that the main driveline shaft was hardened steel, but I'll tell you, in 1948, they weren't hardening these things. They kind of went, they didn't have enough power to really do anything. So if I were to do this again, I would see someone with a lathe. I would kind of go and put it into the lathe and just chop off the end, lathe the end portion of the coupler to fit this inside, and then weld it. Iron Trap did a episode on it, and I didn't see it till afterwards. And I really wish I went that, because my axle right now is not straight, and I'm going to have to, I don't know, hopefully I don't blow my bearings out and stuff on the torque tube, but it's definitely a possibility. I'm just kind of preheating the steel a bit before I weld it, and no matter how hard I tried, I could not get it straight, and it was super annoying, and I wanted to find another axle or drive shaft, but I couldn't. So I'm kind of left with a little wonky bit of a drive shaft. here I am just kind of grinding the weld down that I just did. It, like I said, it wasn't exactly as straight as I wanted, but it's 100% good enough for a 1950s jalopy that I'm pretending to be a 20-year-old dude in the 50s with a TIG welder trying to make this thing. So hopefully it's 100% good enough, as Carl would say. Here's a little coupler that I just kind of cut down. I think it's like 1.5 3/16 wall DOM or something. It's a common size of tubing that we just had in the shop. Drilled a couple holes in it and got it ready to coupler like this, just to extra reinsurance so then we don't snap it exactly. So kind of going from there.
Oh,
Where's your mask?
what do you mean? You don't have gloves? No, I'm just.
You gonna try to get it in?
I don't know, is that what we're doing?
Well, we gotta put this on first.
Oh yeah.
What you looking for?
These dudes? Will that even work? Is that the right bolt on it?
It's pretty optimistic of you to assume it's not gonna work. With that gas.
We got nothing, so we're
Yeah.
the bearing is right there.
There we go. All right, do we have bolts for this end?
In the pickup.
I think.
Yeah, you guys got this?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I shortened it exactly the same.
I wonder if we measured wrong. Okay, let's put a bolt or two in here.
I don't know if they're. No, one more too. Are they short ones?
No, that was just the first one that I found that like kind of actually fit.
Yeah, I don't know if they're fine thread or.
Yeah, they are.
Okay, well, that one's not in yet. Yeah, they. That's nice.
Yeah.
I'll go grab the.
Is that my truck, my old frame?
No. That's
Okay, we're going live, boys.
Want me,
Oh, fingers.
I'm spinning the wheel. Is that better?
Hold on. I had the transmission in neutral.
Oh,
so
okay, sorry. Oh, we're good.
Hey!
All right. I'm gonna grab a pry bar to just push the spring.
It's on the edge here.
That's not my fingers.
Yours works better.
I like my fingers. I managed to live this long and still have all of them.
And all the tips too?
Okay.
Torque tube lined up okay.
Dan's gonna lift it.
Dan's gonna lift. I'll pull jack stands out.
Look at that.
Right on. Right on, guys. Good job.
Engine, transmission, everything's
About 6 times.
This is great.
I don't have access to this feature.
Yes.
Do you want to turn my laptop?
Carl's got a thing that we have to do now. Going live. This is so rad, dude. You got a rolling chassis with engine and transmission mounted.
Yeah, actually mounted. Yeah.
Mounted in.
Start her up and let her rip.
Slam some gears. I hope when this car's down, you slam gears harder than that.
Holy smokes. Man, that's sick.
You know what I always do? I focus so much on filming everything that I forget to take photos. Are you going to teach these guys how to do upholstery so that they're not so noisy? That's a great idea. I mentioned earlier today that I was going to get some phone cameras.
AJ, I'm going with the 49 HPA flathead and then 39 channels. So, super traditional, old, slow. Sounds really sick.
That's in less than 24 hours. That there and the oh shit, the body. That's pretty cool. Pretty cool.
Winfield's glasses that he used to put on. I took one back in early '07, and that really is what got me into building stuff a lot. Those glasses were really. That guy gets so much to build a hot rod community. Cheers, dude.
That is great. Can somebody plug that into AI, please?
Someone can screenshot that and send it to all of us.
Yeah, if someone could just chisel that out of some stone, that'd be awesome. Ron Covell, and much respect for Ron Covell. He inspired.
I remember his professor's hammer metalworking kits and like back in the 1980s.
Yeah, there's like street fighter names.
Yeah, I used to read that and that's like what got me interested in being auto body.
Oh, hey, Ron.
What? Is Ron here? Oh,
Ron
Ron
Fast.
Fast. Hey, what's up, Ron Fast? I thought you said Ron Covell. I was like, you were just talking about you, man.
Yes, that is me, Jimmy. I was there in my '66 Mercury pickup.
No way.
Okay, this is the real Jimmy.
Jimmy, thanks for coming on here, man. I wish you were sitting with us and tell us some more stories.
Man, you've just been driving old stuff.
I've never had a modern vehicle. The reason that my whole theory on why I can daily drive old cars every day is because I've never had a modern vehicle, so I don't know what I'm missing.
You aren't missing anything.
Every vehicle I own has kingpins.
Counterculture cycles, yeah, shout out Lazzy. Fancy side applications for sure, yeah.
Yeah, we were just doing that about the other day.
Actually, you got it pretty good on. I was like, oh man, you're good with cutting. Like, oh yeah, just down here with that one.
I'm just running a single carb intake, so it's nice, easy, and simple. I'm too dumb for 2 carbs.
Well, tonight we're working on a bit of hunger, and we're probably gonna have a bit of a barbecue after this because we've been working all day. But tonight we're working on the model day Roadster. Like Kyle and I are trying to do sheet metal stuff, and Elliot and Lee are on chassis. So started with a total bare frame, a pile of parts, and it's a full roller now with rotor and shaft mounted. And rear end. Yeah, like I actually heard that there was a dude here that had crocodiles in this town.
Like pet crocodiles?
Pet crocodiles, two of them.
They sound cuddly.
Yeah, my buddy said cool.
That'd be sweet if you had like a boat around his yard too.
You just give away the engine. It's just...
A flathead. It's got two flatheads on it actually. One on each side.
Yeah.
The Roadster engine was never really a secret. I got a new project coming up. I just gotta make a video of it. Maybe we'll tell you guys here. No pictures.
So going by faster than I can read them. I work on cars, so I read really slow.
Kid Butcher, yes. My next round, I'm going to order a ton of extra swivel heads for the planishing hammer, and we'll get you one.
I'll look for hair comments.
Oh, yeah?
I think cars have okay hair.
Well, no. Apparently, Elio has amazing hair.
Heat and bend these over. Pedals and steering boxes are like the hardest parts.
Ooh, should we not have a steering box first? That's kind of priority. And then...
Maybe, yeah, and just heat and bend the pedals to fit around everything. And then you end up with pedals like my Roadster that are all like, that's okay. No one's ever said anything about it, but I'm really like self-conscious. When people look inside my car, I'm just like, don't look at my pedals. I was 21 years old when I did it. I didn't know what I was doing.
When you look at the
Your
material,
steering arm needs to be a little
crazy.
longer.
Like how it's like the
Yeah.
is really cool.
Yeah.
Like just the way that it's
Gets
woven
almost
together,
straight
like
when you try to
the
turn
loom.
left.
And the reason why it's like that,
It's pretty cool. Like this is
no,
something
that
I
just-
look at, like, I'm like,
that was
wow.
because if I have the steering arm,
And I think
like,
that'd be cool. Like
the way it's supposed to be,
when you're sitting
my
like
steering wheel was crooked.
It
It really bothers me.
Oh, I see.
It's like when I'm it's not spline, it's a keyway. It's like goes one way.
You gotta cut your
That's like one of my biggest pet peeves. Is like,
Here we go again. I love fire. I love fire and flame. Fire and flame. Arr, 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 arr. Look at that. Look at that beauty. It's all gone.
projects come up for sale. It's like, ooh, 80% off. There's no pedal and there's no steering box. Yeah. Slice that thing.
Yeah, just literally weld that fuck up right in.
So close. Ah, gone. Arr, arr, arr.
Bye-bye.
Oh, step on his line and then it'll.
But I couldn't find it in the bin. That's awesome. Yeah, this like you cut that big mount off.
Front end's getting cut. The steering box is getting put in. Everybody. Oh, bada bing.
Yeah.
So it'd be kind of cool like they have it.
Oh shit!
two different kinds here. That's got to fit inside here, somehow in there. Carl's doing it. Oh, look, it's Elio's favorite tool. Oh, that's good. Oh, that's good. Oh.
But it's like, it's just like, it's not your regular, like, you're like, oh, this one's like.
Look, both done. Passenger. I already showed you the other side.
Grab that.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, no, you can lift the axle right into it.
You could also do that.
And then you can just move the jack to position it too.
Yeah.
Which way does it gotta go? My way or your way?
It looks like it's gotta go Carl's way. Oh,
A little too much?
Yeah, keep going up.
oh, yeah, there, we're in the hole. Okay, wishbone's in. You go up, all the way. You can jack it all the way up until the jackson gets them up. Going down.
Ah. Is that hitting right here? Or is that clear? Is it hitting right here? On the inside? In the front?
It could be clearance tomorrow.
Or just let it self-clearance.
Or would it just rub it off on its own? I got it.
Mission accomplished.
Okay, where's the monkey? We need the monkey to jump on. Beautiful. Can't hear a thing now. Oh, there goes the carb. Oh, no, that was earlier.
Oh yeah, I'll stick with the water.
Oh, is it not up?
But then it's on the other side too.
Short, I guess. This one's too short.
Are you putting the body on?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But if these come off,
Exactly. Oh, it's body time. It's body time, guys. This is the piece that goes on the back. That was done earlier. Here we got, I don't know if you can see the curve in it. The radius, the curve, look at that. And I think it's called a reverse.
Electric forklifts?
Do you need these things?
Hey, we've got all the people here tonight, so we might as well do a little testing on the rolling chassis. Get the pedals lined up, steering stuff. Let's do it.
Yeah, I know they're a little,
We need all the hands on here though.
the like the areas that you just like slice over. Oh, this is really light.
Hey, you guys good? You alright? Yeah, too far.
We're gonna go around
There
the
we go. First,
Oh, I put that back.
Is
there one there? No, I took it out.
that motor gonna clear?
Probably not.
You know what? It clears.
It kind of clears.
I mean, the goal was.
I gotta be there. Oh, man, I can put bolts in it right now.
Put a taller tire on the
I
back.
think he wants the wheel to touch, not to touch, but same level as that mark, or the body line.
I can't believe it. I
Done.
can't. I'm looking right at it. The fan fell in the radiator.
Price has not been determined.
She's like, I mean, you can if you want, but if you work down, why can't everybody? Of course.
Look at that. Looks good. Looks even better now. Nice chrome carb. And what year grill is that? 32?
It's not even doing it.
Nice.
Hey guys, thanks for watching. Thanks for subscribing. Please subscribe. Got to keep those numbers going up. And the views. Thank you guys for all the watch hours, the views, and everything you guys are doing. I promise soon. I'm just waiting for my sticker guy to print them all. And my shirt guy went on vacation. He's like, I got a wedding, so I'll be a week and a half. So he's kind of not in town. But soon I will have these Life with a Pepperoni stickers. I'll have these as shirts on the back. You guys kind of can't see. There's like a silhouette of my Buick on there that you guys probably haven't seen yet, unless you guys have, I don't know. I should do a video on that. I'm going to have to move it soon because my parents sold their house and I'm losing my storage. So, yeah. Thank you guys for watching. There will be lots of stuff in the future, and please subscribe, share, hit notifications, like, comment what you guys like and don't like, and any suggestions. There's a few suggestions that you guys suggested, and I'm like, man, I would have never thought of that. So whether you think they're good or bad, it's always useful. So right on. Life with a Pepperoni out. See ya!